Hey guys, welcome back. This is Venkat from Acrotech. In this video, we're going to see what is meant by Stream APIs and what are all the methods which is already in Stream API and how we're going to use it in our code. So before getting to the code, I just wanted to show you what is meant by Stream API and what exactly the stream means. Okay, so stream is nothing but it's a sequence of elements. Okay, so basically the Stream API helps to process this data, whatever the sequence of elements we had in either it is in sequential or parallel manner. Okay, so which means for example we had some data list or collections, whatever you think, right? You can imagine these collections. I want to apply some functionality. I want to filter some records and I have 10 elements. I want to filter only 5 elements based on certain conditions. So what we used to do, we used to simply write the for loop and we will check that condition inside that for loop with if conditions, and we used to filter those records and we will just assign it to some different list, and we will get the final list. This is how we used to do it in the traditional way. Okay, so which means in the traditional way itself also we can able to do the data processing. It's not like only stream will comes and do the data processing. That is not the case. Okay, in traditional way also you can do this data processing, whatever the data processing till now we can able to do that. Okay, there won't be any restriction or nothing. Okay, but what Stream API comes and what Stream API solves this. Okay, Stream API, when Stream API comes, it's going to be more focus on the functional oriented, which means like the code what we are writing till now, writing imperative way, like for loop and putting condition braces, all those things, multiple lines of code. Instead of doing that, so Java come up with one option in the Java 8, you can write it in declarative way, which means you can just use one or two lines to write these codes. So now you got some gist of about what is streams and what helps it's going to do. And I just wanted to make it clear, stream is not data structure first of all. Okay, stream is just an API which helps to process the data. Okay, whatever the data we had, whether it's a collection or it's a list, whatever the data we had till now, that we are going to process in sequential or parallel way. Parallel way in the sense it's going to be like multiple threads will come into picture, and it will run in parallel to process that particular data sets. Okay, so now we get into the code. So I just wanted to show you one presentation like what I prepared, like in the high level about Stream API. If you see that, then directly we can jump into the code. That will helps to understand what Stream API and how it is processing. Okay, so let me open that. I'll just go into presentation mode. So now if you see, as I mentioned, stream is nothing but it's a sequence of elements. So okay, for example, I created one sequence of elements, you can imagine like this is just an list. Okay, so now 5 4 2 1 3 6, these are just a number list of integer I just stored in one list. Okay, now I'm going to convert this particular list into stream first. Okay, once I convert it into stream objects, okay, then we need to apply our transformation. For example, I want to just filter like only the even number. In this case it's going to be 2 4 and 6, right? So this is going to be very simple example. So if you see that this operation, whatever we are doing, like transformation or filtering, this kind of maybe sorting also we can do this kind of operation, which is called intermediate operation. Why we are calling this as an intermediate operation? Because whatever you are doing, like we are filtering some stream, right? That will it's not going to return the exact output. Okay, it will return the stream of output, which means again it will return one more output. That's why I mentioned transform one input stream into the another input stream. For example, this is the input stream we are giving, I mean we are applying on top of that input stream. We will get another input stream that going to have the output. There won't be any change, but again it's going to be stream object. We won't get the actual result set. Okay, so actual result type I'm talking about, list of integer. Okay, once I started to put the code, then you can able to correlate easily, but now just try to understand at the high level. So once this intermediate operation is done, obviously we have terminal operation. Terminal operation is like where we go into the actual results. So if you ask me like why this intermediate and terminal it's splitted, what is the use splitting these two things? See, stream is like completely lazy. Okay, if you write some code, until unless you are not using this terminal operation, stream is not going to execute at all in the code itself. If you run the code, this particular operation completely it will get skipped. It's not going to execute, which means the terminal operation is mandatory and the code will start from the terminal operation only. Once it find the terminal operation in your code, then it will start to execute this intermediate operation. Then the entire pipeline will get processed successfully. So that is what I mentioned here, processing pipeline. So now let me go to the code quickly. We can jump into the code, then we will get to know like what exactly the stream in. So I created one packages here, stream example, and This is the class name and main method I have created. Let me get into the presentation mode. Okay. So now before getting to the stream, we need to understand like from where stream is coming. So if you see that previous video, I have shown like collection interface already implemented this stream method by using this default keyword, right? What I will do, let me go to the collection. So this is the collection interface. You can see where it is. Yeah, this is the method. Whatever the values it is returning, the type going to be stream of E, okay, stream of elements. Okay, this stream object only it's going to return, which means if you have list of integer, then if you convert into stream, then type going to be stream of elements, okay, stream of integer. So that is the case. So how we can do that? So there are multiple ways. Maybe I will show you one of the way, like let me go here. The next one is like how many ways to create a stream? There are multiple ways. Okay, so if you see, collection is one of the way. Collection already have the stream. Whatever you're using the collection, if you put dot stream, which means you are converting directly that particular collection into list objects. Sorry, stream objects. Okay. Now you can see this is one way, and if you see arrays dot stream, which means we already have some arrays also, right? By string or integer array we used to create. So that arrays also we can convert into stream directly, stream objects. Okay. Now the third step is stream dot off, and fourth step is like generate, and stream dot iterate also we can do that. Stream dot generate and iterate both going to give the results in the indefinite loop. Okay. Which means while seeing the example you will get to know. So let's start with one of the example. I'll go to the code. Let me close this. Here first I'll come up with collection. Okay, collection, and so I'll tag with integer, and let me import this. Okay, now this is the collection. It's just a very simple example, like collection of numbers. Like, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to convert this number into stream first. Numbers stream. When I put a dot, you can see stream is coming. So this method, which is nothing but if I click on the control left click, you can see it directly take me to the collection. This method only right now we have seen. Okay, so as we discussed, like stream, it's going to return the stream of elements. Now whatever you are seeing, it's going to be stream of elements. Let me store it in some variable. Okay, stream. I'll keep the type we already know it is an integer, and number stream. Okay, stream. Okay, so let me import this. Now you can see, so whatever the return type it is giving, it is nothing but stream of the current type, the collection type. Okay, so now we need to understand like how many methods are there in the intermediate operation. Okay, for example, let me go to the sheet which I prepared, intermediate operation. So here you will see intermediate operation. These are the methods which is already there in the stream. You can see filter, map, flat map, started, and distinct, peak, limit, skip. So now I'll show you like one of the example, like maybe I can take filter. Okay, so then we will get into the like what we are trying to achieve. Okay, by using the stream. So let me go here. I'll start with filter. Okay, if I type control space, once I type filter, then immediately this filter method is coming. This filter we already seen in the functional interface. Okay, let me go inside. You can see filter, which is going to accept the predicate. Predicate somewhere we have seen, right? Let me go inside. You can see predicate is a functional interface, and it's going to accept the test method. Test method in the sense, whatever the functionality we are passing. Okay, whatever the logics we are passing here, it's going to return the true or false. Okay, that is what the expectation of the predicate. Okay, so now we have already seen by how we can use the lambda expression, right? Now so let me go to the predicate. Predicate, what it is accept, it accept one arguments. Okay, so in the last video we have seen what is the lambda expression. Okay, if you don't see the lambda expression, I'll put the card in the above. You can just go and check what is the lambda expression, how we can going to use it. Okay, so here this is going to be argument. So I'm going to pass one argument. We can give any name. Okay, there won't be any naming convention or nothing. You can give any name. I'm just giving element. Okay, so once give the argument, right? This is nothing but this argument we gave. Okay, now we need to pass the actual logic. We are not going to call the test method, because if I pass the logic, automatically it will invoke only this particular abstract method while running. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll pass the logic. Like I'm going to filter only the even numbers. So element, on top of this element only, I'm going to check the condition. I'm putting modulo of 2 equal to 0. So which means whatever the condition I applied here, okay, this is going to filter this particular number stream based on this condition, and it's going to return the results. Okay, so let me capture this results stream. I'll put integer, maybe filtered stream. Okay, so now again we are getting the stream. So this is what I was talking about, the intermediate operation. Let me go here. So if you see, even though I applied any transformation, whether it's going to be filter, it's going to be like just multiply by 2, whatever I'm applying, any transform, any kind of transformation, maybe I can do sorting also, any kind of transformation, it's going to create one more another stream. So that's what you are seeing here. Like even I'm applying filter, I'm going to filter, for example here, 6 items are there. I'm going to filter modulo of 2, which is going to return only 3 elements. In this case, again, it's returning stream. Okay. So now our program is done, or still anything we need to do. And one more point which I mentioned, like here, terminal operation is mandatory. Okay, if you want to fulfill this particular stream processing, terminal operation mandatory, then only this pipeline processing will be get successfully completed. Otherwise, it won't get start itself. Okay, let me show you one more thing. Like for example, so let me run this quickly. So I'm not getting any output, but you might think like, boss, you just store the value, but you're not printing anywhere. So if I print this filter stream, then obviously you will get the actual output. Yeah, that's correct. But you might think like, okay, till now that 14th line number and 15 and 16, this code has to be executed, right? Then only like, it's like I'm not printing the value result at least, but at least this filter should happen, right? That is what the expectation. But if you think like that, we can do one more thing. Okay, we can put it uh, like this. We can put this out. Maybe I can put some operation happen, some operations happen. Okay, so I'll return it. So why I'm returning here? Because this is not a single statement now, so this is going to be a block of code because multiple lines. Obviously, if you want to return, if you want to send this condition, obviously whatever the results it is giving, right, we need to add the return statement, right? Because if you write some method, you want to return some value, obviously at the end of the method you have to return it. But for single line, previously we are not giving any return statement, that is not needed. But here obviously you have to put a return because it's going to be multi-line statement. Okay, now I'll put one more statement after operation. Okay, just to make it clear, operation. So let me run it. Okay, you can see only after operation is printing. So this sum operation, this particular statement is not printing at all, which means we clearly comes to know this block, even though I declared in the code, even though I'm running the code, it is not at all executing. Okay, that is what it's called as a laziness. Okay, it's not going to execute until unless you are using at least one terminal operation. Still the code is there in the this particular class, it's not going to execute. That's what you are not seeing this particular statement. So if I go to this, if I go to here, right, terminal operation. So once you use the terminal operation, then you will start to get the results. Let me go to here. You will see what are the terminal operation we had. Okay, so you can see for each we have two array, we have reduce, collect, min, max, count. There are multiple, there are many methods, right? We'll see like these many methods with some examples. But currently I will show you like with some terminal operation. Okay, I want to apply some terminal operation, then only I will get the expected results. Okay, let me go here. I'll take for each. Okay, for each is like very straightforward. Let me go to the code base. So here what I will do, simply I'll just type, we already know the filter stream. Okay, filter stream dot, if I type for each, you can see for each is coming. Okay, so let's go into the for each. For each, again you can see consumer it is accepting. So we have already seen this consumer in the functional interface, right? If I go into the consumer, what it is doing, it is accepting one argument, but it is not going to return anything, correct? So now if you see for each, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass the element. Okay, obviously this is the structure. I just put the structure. Okay, this is a notation we need to follow for the lambda expression. So this it's going to accept some value, right? I will put some element ele. Okay, keep it simple. And so here I'm going to pass the statement which has to execute whenever the accept method is calling. Okay, so now I'm going to put system.out.println. I'll pass the element. Okay, so that's it. You can see after operation, which means this is printed successfully till the time this didn't execute at all. But if I go to the line number 23, it is started to execute because this is the terminal operation. Now if you see some operation happen, again it is showing some operation happen, again it is showing some operation happen, some operation. So which means each element, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, total 6, right? So which means how many elements we had? 6 element. Okay, so till now we are not printing any results. Let me go here, let me just comment this. So we are printing, but it is coming with associated with the print statement. Let me comment this print statement and let me run it. Okay. So now you can see 4 6 2. So now you got it, right? So this is the expectation, 4 and 6 and 2. These are all going to be the even numbers. That is what the condition we have written. So now we got to know like what is the intermediate operation, what is the terminal operation. Then we will quickly jump into other ways like to create a stream. So I'll put arrays. Okay, so how we can do that? Arrays dot as arrays dot stream, and here you can pass the array. Okay, so for example I will pass some array, maybe I can pass string array. Okay, string array I will pass. So here I will declare the value like John. Then I'll declare like Jay, and I will declare Puvi. Okay, like this. So these are the names I have mentioned here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to store it in some variable. Then it's going to be return type is going to be string. Then I'll put user names. Okay, so this is one of the stream, and if I go here, username dot, let me do filter only like element. So the one thing is like every time we are using this open parenthesis and close parenthesis, right? If we have only one argument, this is also not needed. Okay, so for example we can give element. Okay, element dot get length. Sorry, we are directly applying the filter here. Ideally speaking, this is a stream. Second, element dot user name. See now it is coming. Sorry, I put a get actually. Get is not a get. So I just put a dot control space. You can see length. So I'm putting length is greater than of I'll mention 3. Okay. If I put like this, okay. So now you have see we have filtered, we have applied one intermediate operation. So we previous example you can see I just created one stream, filter stream, and on top of that filter stream only I applied the for each, right? So in this case we can able to pipeline it, right? That is what I showed in the diagram, like we can able to pipeline the operations, okay, in consecutive manner. Like after filter, if I type dot, you can see again it is showing all the intermediate operation methods, and not only intermediate, terminal operation method also it is showing for each and all. So what I'm going to do, I'll just apply the for each. So here again we need the element, right? So I will put maybe elements, and I'm going to print it. So I'll just put this out and I'll just print element. Now you can see I'm just putting the pipeline on top of this stream, username stream. I'm going to apply the filter. Again I'm pipeline the same stream. I apply the for each. So let me run this. you can see only John and Puvi is coming because J only the length is 3. That's why J got filtered and rest two names are coming properly. Okay, so this is one of the example and I'll show the third example is like stream dot off. Okay, off method. So let me quickly type the stream dot off. You can give again values here. So maybe I'll give 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. These are the values we can give it. Maybe I will store it in the stream object. I'll declare as a integer. Okay, this is numbers. I'll just mention numbers. Maybe it's already there. Looks like, yeah, it is already there. Number stream is also there. Maybe I'll keep it as number stream. Okay, so now in this scenario I'm going to I'm not going to filter. Instead I will use some other method maybe I will use number stream. Keep transform number stream. I'll keep it like this for better understanding. So dot, I'll put dot, then I'll put map. Okay, so this map, filter, and whatever the methods I have shown as part of the stream API, I'll cover it in individually, because what are the usage of this method and how we can use this method, that I will show you in maybe in separate video also. But this video, like I can like show you like how we can create a stream and what kind of operation we can apply and how we can able to chain the operations. Okay, that I can show you. So here I'm going to use the map. If you don't know map also, it's fine. I just show you like what we can do with the map. Let me go inside the map. You can see map actually invoking, accepting this function, right? Function interface. Let me go inside. This is one of the function interface, and it is actually accepting two, I mean, one type as an argument, and it will return the another type. Okay, another type in the sense it's going to be, it could be different type or it could be the same type. Okay, so yeah, so here again it's going to be one argument. I'm not going to put the parenthesis. It's going to be like element, and I'll put ele, maybe I'll put multiply of 2. Okay, so once I did that, which means this stream is ready. Now I need to add the terminal operator. Like I'll stick with the for each. Here I'm going to put the same, like element, then sys out, then I will pass the element. You can see the output is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which means each number is going for multiplication, right? 1 into 2, 2, and 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 2, 6, and 8, 10. So now we got to know like there is another way where we can able to create a stream. Let me show you with using the stream.generate. So let me type stream.generate. So stream.generate, basically it is accepting, let me go inside, you can see it is accepting the supplier. Okay, supplier we already seen. If you go inside only one method, it's going to be get method. It's not going to be accepting any arguments. It's going to be like only returning the type. Okay, so let me go back to the generate method. So here the method whatever we are showing, right, supplier, it's not accepting any arguments, so I'm not putting any arguments here, and I have to pass some values which will generate some numbers. Okay, maybe I can use some random, which is random which is coming from the math. Okay, let me type math dot random. So if I type this, so what it will do, it will randomly generate some numbers. Okay, so now till here we actually created one stream. Okay, so maybe I can do one more thing, like I'll just I'm not going to apply any intermediate operation. So is it possible directly apply any terminal operation? That is possible. So I'll directly apply the terminal operation here. So elements, and maybe I'll just put a sys out. Okay, sys out of element. So now let me run it. Yeah, you can see it is keep on printing, right? Some random value it is printing. So basically, as I mentioned, this stream.generate, let me stop it. Stream.generate and stream.iterate both going to be like generate the infinite elements. Okay, so if I want to restrict it, then obviously I have to use limit, which is the intermediate operation. I'll put 10, then I'll run it again. Yeah, you can see only 10 elements is running, and printing and program also finished successfully. So same thing we can do it in here also, stream.iterate. I'll do with the stream.iterate. So iterate, And let me go inside what is content stream.iterate. Stream.iterate, again, it's contain the unary operator. So we have seen unary operator in the functional interface, like unary operator is going to accept again one method. Let me show you that method. Second, it is already extending the function, then function have the apply. Okay, so this is mostly used for any mathematical operation or something. Okay, so let me go here. Mostly that purpose only we used to use here. Maybe like I'll start with one initial value, because if I go inside this, there are two arguments, right? One is seed, one is the unary operator I need to pass. So first one is I need to pass the initial value. I'm giving the initial value 0. Maybe I'll give the another operation because it's going to accept one argument, and I'm going to like increment by 1. Okay, once I did that, I will do the same operation, like just a printing. Maybe like I'll put element sys out, then element. Okay, so now let me run this. You will see again it is printing many things, right? It is printing one by one number increment from the 0. So let me stop it because I don't want to print everything. Instead, again, I want to split the, I want to apply this limit condition. I will apply 5. Okay, let me run it. If you don't know the limit and what is the use of this limit and also it's fine, there is no issue, because now you can see the result is 0 1 2 3 4 5. Only 5 records are printing, 5 elements, basically 5 elements are printing. So as of now we have seen the basic, like how we can create a stream, because these are all the ways we can create a stream. That is what I mentioned in the PowerPoint also. And how we can apply the intermediate operation and how we can apply the terminate operation, right? For example, filter we have seen, map we have seen, and limit and for each till now we have seen the one of the terminal operation, right? So this is like just to understand, like on top of stream we can able to apply any kind of intermediate operation and terminal operation to process the data and get the results of the particular data, whatever the processed data. So this is more or less the like a stream. So in the next video I will cover like the methods which I shown. Let me come out from this presentation mode. Let me go to this presentation. So let me open this. Yeah, whatever the methods I have shown, right? Filter, map, or flat map, sorted. I'll take one example and I'll show you like cover all these methods, like how we're going to use it in the real time and how it is really useful to process the data, because these are all like apply any processing, right, on top of the streams, right? So let me go here. This is also terminal operation, and each terminal operation will be really useful, and it will be like which use case we can use this and which will be mostly we will use when we are in the real time. Okay, that also I will show you. So I'll cover in the next video. So thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video.